Welcome to our slot channel. We're in Vegas. The weather has taken a turn for the better. It's really gorgeous right now. Money Mansions has got the bonus. So this isn't Money Mansions. This is Huff and even more Puff. It is very early in the morning, at least for us. I couldn't sleep, so I just came down, grabbed some coffee, and sat at this machine. This is a new machine. We were actually at MGM Grand 2 months ago, and it wasn't there. So I was going to mention that a lot of our big wins actually happen in the morning, in the early morning, but it's actually not true if you look back at our videos. So one of our subscribers actually brought up confirmation bias. It is very common among slot players. So confirmation bias is when you have a belief and you ignore any information that doesn't support that belief. So for example, the people that touch the screen all the time, they only remember the times when that coincided with a big win. They forget about the 99% of the time when it did nothing. So the exact same thing applies to our own slot method, the follow the leader method. It could be completely bogus based on confirmation bias and just a weird lucky streak. So one nice thing about playing at $1 denom is that no math is required to actually figure out how much you've won. So that brings us to about even, and this is all gravy. So here's the thing about playing when you're half asleep. It didn't actually dawn on me that that middle square is $750. This is a hand pay. Right now what I'm doing is actually dividing everything by 10 because I think I'm on a 10-cent denom. Yep. I totally realize that being in a stupor is probably not the best way to get subscribers. We're on Huff and even more So this machine is in the same carousel where I got the hand pay this morning. I thought it was interesting. It actually took about the same amount of money to get the bonus. $74 versus $69. So I was going to talk about new slots. There is a debate about whether you should actually seek out new slots because they supposedly pay out above their target RTP until they kind of settle down. We actually don't think that that's true. So we've seen several videos of people that have been the first to play a slot machine and they got absolutely nothing. The RTP spike on a new machine supposedly can be as much as 7 or 8x its base RTP. So for example, we went to the Fontainebleau a week after they installed Phoenix Link and burned through, $500 or $600. Basically that's 60 spins and couldn't get a bonus. That puts us in profit. Now the frosting. That's more of a glaze. Not bad. $224.
$75.
So this is in the high limits room. These offers are surprisingly bad.
$125.
So even though we've been gambling for a while now, when a machine just suddenly gives really low offers, it still throws us off. Got a really nice line hit on Kong. We really like playing Kong. I mean, it's such an amazing slot. It's got another really nice line hit on Kong. Excellent. So everything you're seeing happened within about 3 minutes. I actually should have just kept the camera rolling because it was win after win. Actually, pretty decent line hits.
Anything but primal.
Yeah, we get primal a lot.
Oh.
That is a nice little mini. We only started with $100, so basically we doubled our money in about 3 minutes. We're going to do an extended video on House of the Dragon. Just showing the bonuses really doesn't cut it. So we rarely play Buffalo, mostly because I find the base game incredibly boring. But a couple of people got hand pays on this exact machine, so we thought we'd give it a shot. The people that got the hand pays were actually betting $20 a spin, so that might be part of the problem. But almost all of these are actually my bet. So unless we get a little jackpot of some kind, this is going to be not good. Yeah. We still don't really understand the attraction of the Buffalo slots. But we also are probably the only people on Earth that have never seen an episode of The Kardashians. So because of the hand pay this morning, we're up about $2,000 in the first half of the day, which is nice. So since no one actually makes it this far in our videos, I thought I'd show some shots from the California State Fair, just to see if you could figure out which one of these people is me. That one. I think it gives you some insight to how I approach gambling, and, you know, the happiest part of this ride was that I convinced other people to do the same thing, because it's awesome. If you made it this far, please consider subscribing, commenting, or liking. It really helps us. Thanks so much. Have a great day. Bye.